What else is good? I'm just seeing heroes that are very... Okay, they went Invoker anyway. Fair enough.
Well, I think this pretty much ensures that Tiny will be safe lane after all. Cinder, it looks like you're right, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to thank you for setting me up for success by saying something stupid earlier so I can look smart for saying something
That's what I'm here for, buddy. Viking, as we said... I mean, the Venomancer does add to this quote-unquote wombo combo that they have going here. But the problem is Team Nigma's wombo combo is also quite strong. I mean, you have the Will-O-Wisp with the Mars Arena into Black Hole and into Meatball Sandwich with a tiny splash on the side. That's a lot of AoE.
It is.
And who buys BKB for Viking? Do they have to rush it on anybody?
When's the last...
10 seconds remaining.
BKB isn't even particular. It's necessary, right? It's one of those things you... Wait, what?
Okay, Weehaw Mars. Is this actually what's going to happen?
Safe lane Mars. Okay. All right, I was not even considering this option, but they will put GH on Tiny.
Position 4 Tiny. I mean, position 4 Tiny has been pretty successful in the past, so that's cool to see.
So my theory here is that the reason Nigma are swapping this around is that the side lane Tiny might really struggle against Veno. That could be why. And then they're just like, we'll just park Mars there and he will be able to sustain better. The constant harassment is really annoying to deal with for Tiny. You have really high health, but you have no armor. And as the lane progresses, Veno's constant harassment will actually force you out. Mars also doesn't like it, but I think it's better overall. So,
I just realized something, Cinderin.
Stuff. Yeah.
What is it Bulwark? Is that the passive for Mars?
Yeah.
Activating it. Great counter to the greatest skill in the game, multi-shot. You can save your teammates. Yep. That actually will look so... That'll look like something from 300.
Does it work against multi-shot? I thought it works against attacks, not spells.
I thought it was physical... Well, I mean, it's kind of a physical attack.
When active reduces movement, redirect 70% of the attack projectiles aimed at Mars's allies. I don't think multi-shot counts as an attack projectile aimed at his allies, because it's an AoE cone.
Needs to be fixed immediately. The lore needs that spell to counter multi-shot. We need a counter for multi-shot. It's obviously the best skill in the game, Cinderin.
Man, so Kuroki's playing Coddle. I'm excited.
It's been a while.
I think this is kind of cool. So for Viking, I think what you're playing for here, you want Magnus Ags. And once you have this Ags, you probably need Venomancer to have some mitigation auras. Pipe is incredible this game. There is a lot of magic damage coming from the way of the Radiant. And you need to pressure your lanes. You have to play aggressively. You're playing against an Enigma, and you're playing against a support duo of Tiny Coddle. You have to try to bully in lanes.
Keep in mind that Midnight Pulse was actually changed to be magical, not pure. So being able to amplify that. Yeah, they increased the damage, of course, to match up with it properly.
I wanna mention one more thing as well. I have played a lot of Coddle since he got good again, and I love playing this hero against Tusk. I think it's one of the hardest counters in the game as a support. You have Blinding Light against the tag team, so when they try to go in for someone, you just blind them away. If Tusk ever snowballs aggressively, you can pre-cast Will-O-Wisp on the guy he's casting it on, and then blind them further into the team. And you're also naturally fast, which is something Tusk struggles at dealing with. He wants to run heroes down. You're as fast as he is without boots. And then finally, added benefit this game, I think Coddle is also great against Drow, right? Like, same logic. You blind them. Drow has the ability to maybe with a Dragon Lance kill the Ignis, but... Or Will-O-the-Wisp, sorry.
Oh, Kuroki.
Some call it Willow, some call it Ignis, and some call it Lamp. I like calling it Lamp.
Ignis, the old Coddle ultimate. My goodness.
Kuro needs to not die here. He TP'd down here. Okay.
He's fine. Takes a lot of damage, and the creeps are now in tower range, so it's going to push a little bit in favor of Viking, who have a tri-lane going right now. Will this stay a tri-lane? That is the question. I'm going to say
I think you're pretty happy playing 2v3 in this lane, because it frees up your Enigma to have a great time against Veno. And Tiny will be able to roam mid if he wants later on and maybe try to get kills with Invoker.
Yeah, we're going to see some switch-ups here. So GH actually does come bottom, at least for the time being. Maybe try to get some... solidify their laning stage and then perhaps roam afterwards.
I mean, actually, that's fine too, because Veno should lose to Enigma. So You have the freedom. That's the main point here. Tiny can do what he wants, and that feels really nice when you're position 4. And you can do what you want rather than what you have to.
GH, of course, has the boots level 1, so looking for a potential toss. It's going to be a little bit difficult, although tossing into the spear from Mars could set up something pretty nice. He's going to get blocked in, though, into the shards. Going to attach Tusk to his own shards, and the defensive toss not going to be enough as Shad takes the first blood on Weehaw. Yeah, not a great
Kuro
start.
was far off to the side, getting his items from the courier, so he was way too late to be able to blind there, and just, yeah, little miscommunication maybe, playing too aggressively there. But looks like they will end up getting Shad for it. So.
Indeed. Down he goes.
Okay, that was
so
not a necessary spear. He needed literally 1 attack. Style points are allowed.
They're very important for Weehaw, knowing him.
Oh, yeah, maybe you looked a little foolish there, and not him, but it's fine. Oh, dodged the shards. That was nice, though. Just barely sidestepped. What do you think he should skill on Mars level 2? I'm a bit torn here, because I think both options are really good. All right, instant
I think Bulwark is the play. He just activated. God, that hero looks so hilarious when you activate that now. Such a cool change.
For a moment, I thought it was bugged, because I just clicked it. When I clicked it, I was like, wait, can I switch his spell on? Because I just clicked it for fun, and then he switched it on. I was like, there's no reason. He has no reason to. Oh, he's just doing it for fun. It has 0 cooldown.
It's such a... It was a great Reddit suggestion. Shout out to whoever suggested that bad boy.
How big is the radius? Do you know?
No, I don't know. Does not say. That'd be a good Mythbusters.
It looks super cool, actually.
Miracle right now in the mid lane.
That whole formation in military history isn't that it's a phalanx thing, right?
Yeah.
The thing where you have the big shields in front. That was a phalanx that started that.
That is right. GH gets the avalanche toss. Celery gets speared onto a tree. We're seeing the great multi-shot. Doing a decent amount of damage. Celery gets off the health salve. The courier taking some damage. It will live, but will Celery? No, he will die. But the Coddle dies first. So it's a 1-for-1 exchange. Weehaw, look, he's moonwalking back to this tier 1 very slowly but surely. He's taking even more damage.
Did he just walk in there? Okay.
Aramis, he has spelled his shards.
He kind of just killed himself.
He killed himself. I mean, that's the Weehaw special, right? At the end of the day. That's his specialty.
It was unnecessary to walk into the tree line. I think he was fine just running down the lane.
I mean, it does take some getting used to the new Bulwark, of course. In theory, though, you would think that it is good in a tri-lane, but maybe not necessarily as the carry Mars, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because you have to switch between both to be able to get last hits. I don't know. It's an interesting spell, nonetheless.
Well, it doesn't give you any damage penalty, so you can have it on while you're CSing.
Oh, you can attack? Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, wait. Oh, hang on.
Maybe you can. No, it doesn't.
No, you're right. He can't attack. Never mind. Yeah, I'm being stupid. He can't attack. True.
I was going to say, that's not very realistic to be able to
It's insta-toggle, right? Like, you have no transformation time, so it's kind of like Ring of Basilius that you could also just switch on and off all the time in the past for armor or no armor.
Oh, GH, another Avatos. Snowball a little bit too late. Crystal Medine into the tier 1 will fall. GH taking the brunt of the damage from this multi-shot. But we'll live.
It was meant to be a mana leak.
And Weehaw continuing to moonwalk with the Bulwark, having a lot of fun with that skill. It's almost like a pseudo taunt for a hero that doesn't actually have a taunt.
Yeah, perfect.
Enjoy it. And bounties are up, and it's going to be split. As Tanner goes into the jungle, by the way, this is something that we've been seeing a lot from. I mean, the fact that they changed Empower to be double the effect essentially on Magnus himself means that he's going to be less of a support hero and now more of a core.
Yeah, they lowered the values too, though. So, but it's better on Mag than it was before, but not by a massive amount.
But now it's not nearly as good on allies, right? So you're not going to pick a PA into Magnus as much.
Yeah, it's still good though. Like, I definitely think Mag PA is still a viable strategy. 45% cleave and 25% damage is no joke. But
yeah, but would you pick a Magnus as a support in that lineup? It would be the mid still, right?
Yeah, I don't think Mag support is a good thing anymore.
Kuroki
probably not.
Getting slowed multi-shot, not quite enough to take him out. And
he
the tag
went 2
team
in Blinding Light. I don't think I've ever seen this build before. 0-2-1.
The toss into the spear, into a Sunstrike. Not going to be enough for the kill, but they'll find it a little bit after regardless.
Really nice spell casting. It looks so easy, but getting the toss into spear like this and making it look that good is not as easy as it looks. Oh, nicely done. Oh, GH.
Oh.
They get it. Not quite.
Tanner missing the skewer, and GH is just going to essentially taunt. Just standing here very awkwardly. He wants to contest. Oh, he's going to get blocked in a bit, but not a whole lot of damage to speak of after the fact, as there is a toss back onto the Centaur creeps. Just trying to steal these neutrals, and I think he did get it with the avalanche.
Kuro got it with Blinding Light.
Okay.
Yeah, so the reason I'm saying it's a bit unusual to see this 0-2-1 build is that Chakra scales incredibly well on Caudle. And the Blinding Light, it gets a bit of cast range, a bit of damage in 1 second duration, which is by no means bad. But he will have trouble sustaining his mana like this. He only gets 80 mana from Chakra, and Blinding costs 145, so a bit limited in that aspect.
Weehaw getting a little bit aggressive, which...
Oh, Miracle Maid as well.
Oh, Ice Shards do
he might
not
be
block
okay.
him in.
Oh,
he gets
he
a
is more
deafening
than
blast, and he doesn't even need GH.
Yeah,
GH
the shards
just wanted to
didn't
steal the
latch.
XP.
He got out of... the shards missed a little bit. I thought he was going to be in trouble, but Aramis missed it, and easy for Miracle to get that return kill instead. This game is, again, looking super good for Nigma. We're only 7.5 minutes in, but they're just flat out winning their laning stage. And they're winning the laning stage with Enigma. And let's remember, this hero is generally considered a bit greedy, especially when played as position 4. But when it gets this kind of a 1v1 matchup, it is extremely powerful. Mind Control can buy whatever he likes. He's currently rushing Helm of the Dominator, can buy auras for the team, can buy BKB Blink to try to carry the team. The hero with farm is actually one of the most versatile heroes in Dota, which might seem a bit counterintuitive when you look at its spells, but it can do many things.
Hey, a faded brooch.
First brooch goes to Tanner for now.
Seeing this item very consistently, Cinderin.
Yeah.
It's a solid item, though. Not one that you're sad to see, unlike Iron Talon.
Iron Talon.
I'm convinced they'll buff it, right? They have to be buffing that.
Yeah, I think so. I think you buff it, or... Because, like, it's like when you do, like, a promo for a game, right? It's like everyone is excited. Oh, Iron Talon, and then people realize it's bad. But it was great for the promotion of it. People are like, "Yay, our old items are coming back."
Yeah,
but it's just not. I really stand by. I think it's the single worst item you can get, pretty much consistently.
And it's only because of the timing, right? It has nothing to do with the item itself, in theory. As Sunstrike will finish off the Crystal Maiden, and Aramis level 4. There is the ult from Weehaw. Snowball. Pretty solid, mitigating a lot of damage here as Venomancer gets taken on the top lane. Looks like that was a black hole expended for it, in fact. As Shad is left by his teammate to his own devices, Weehaw's going to continue to chase. Tanner coming in. Can they actually find the Drow Ranger? This will be pretty big. Not for now. Kuroki taking more damage, though. Sunstrike! Oh, miracle again! That's the second Sunstrike in this fight, I want to say.
It is.
Goodness.
25
2 for 2.
Cooldown.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That was beautiful. And of course, we didn't even talk about the mind control kill in the top lane. He gets the tier 1 tower as well. So he has completely dominated this lane. Enigma versus the Venomancer.
I'm thinking if there's something Toby could have done different in his skill build, if this is the way you go. I think you have to max Plague Wards against the Enigma, but maybe you can completely lock down the side camp, or he could have perhaps played a lot more aggressively. There's a little bit of downtime. I feel like the lane does not go level 10 to level 7. In my head, it's not this one-sided, but I don't think Veno realistically wins.
10 minutes, it's going to be both for Enigma?
Nope.
I guess so. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was Viking. Oh, they're looking for the courier. Shad will find it. That's pretty nice. So Weehaw's not going to be getting that.
Yeah, you should have used your bulwark. Can it? I probably can't take hits from the courier, can it? I don't think so.
I mean,
it's not a hero.
Yeah, it's more like a hero than it used to be.
Oh, it says Mars's allies, so it might work on courier and creeps.
This is a Mythbuster.
Well,
we need that video. Mango Tree for the Radiant. Or for the Dire, I should say. Tanner, have we seen RP yet? I don't think so. Still level 9. Mind Control level 11. Just standing here. He's just standing there, taunting the enemies. What can they do? Of course, Black Hole is not yet up. Still got a ways to go. But now that we're at the 10-minute mark, the tomes probably, I'm sure they came out, so the levels will be a little bit better. But Shad, level 6 right now, just to give you an idea. Mars, level 7.5. So Weehaw having a lot of fun this game for sure.
Yep.
Now, at what point do Vikings start? I mean, it feels like, do they need to force fights? I mean, they have the RP. They just don't have... I mean, you don't get Blink Dagger anymore. You're going straight for Ags at this point.
Yeah.
They're going to start with this gank mid, though, it looks like. Aramis. Oh, they're going to be scouted out, though, by Coddle. And that is truly unfortunate for Viking. The Avalanche will set up an easy
There,
kill.
you can have him. You can have him. It's
Have the
completely
celery.
blocked off Celery's escape.
Poor boy.
Yeah. He was dead no matter what, but it looks funny.
Oh, this is
so Mind
interesting.
Control has made his choice. He's going Ags. Or sorry, yeah, BKB on Enigma. First item. He knows that the only cancel is RP. Speaking of the devil here. Oh, he gets it off. Do they have the damage here?
Oh, Sunstrike!
dead.
Oh! Doesn't get the XP
It's not
for
a
it.
great trade.
Well, they get the
Miracle
Enigma.
gets the kill, so he gets the XP.
Yeah, that's true. GH with the toss, and Aramis
Oh, boy.
will fall, and Drow Ranger dies in the other lane as we're seeing multiple ultimates expended. The Will-O-Wisp, what an annoying spell to deal with as Weehaw comes in. One more Spirit ensures the double kill. Toby pops that ult. Weehaw looks to be dead here. Takes
He
the
is
Veil
very
of Discord, and trying to get some CS before his inevitable demise. And Kuro.
Kuro will survive for now, though. Tranquil Boots. He's very fast. Oh, Mango Tree.
Delicious.
I don't know if he saw it. I think he didn't see it. Uh-oh.
Is
Well,
he
how much
actually
space
living?
can an old man on Pegasus make? Let's see.
Well, mid lane, in the meantime, GH gets the toss off into the Ava, and Miracle not able to do a whole lot of damage. And how's the old man doing now?
He got out.
And he's almost full
He's
HP again.
Yep.
Very nice. Double
So, I
bracer
think-
on GH now.
I think the timing for Viking is you get Ags on Mag and you fight. I don't think this is a game where you just sit back and farm and expect to win, because Enigma's game is way too good. Invoker's game is way too good. He is going for the Aghanims again, Miracle. So
Yep.
he definitely seems to consider this +1 on every orb a big upgrade. And I think in this game he has way better use for Cataclysm. That's the other thing. In the previous game where he got the Ags and didn't use Cataclysm until the end, his setups were a Sanking Stun. In this game, there's Mars Arena, there's Coddle ulti, there's Black Hole. If any of these ultis hit on 2 heroes, he has a sick Cataclysm setup. So in this game, I think it's a better choice than the last time. But to be honest, I think he just likes it and would have bought it anyway. He just likes the extra level on his spells and the
Look at
stats.
this spell from Weehaw. Look at the projectile of the tower. That is amazing. Oh, Sunstrike gonna miss thanks to the snowball from Aramis. Will be good for now. Ice Shard's not really going to block it, but yeah, he's going to get the punch off, and Coddle has died. Avalanche now, GH attempting to get out of dodge. Looks like he might die, but Black Hole on the other side will ensure a kill on the Crystal Maiden.
Crystal Maiden.
2 for 1, and yeah, Black
Okay.
Hole for Crystal Maiden. Interesting.
Puts an emote in chat. It's like, okay. Black Hole for the 5.
Well, Tanner almost has that Aghanim Scepter, so 200 away. Another camp should do it. But you're right, the Cataclysm does have a lot better value here, and looking forward to seeing if they can connect those combos or not. BKB getting closer from Mind Control as well. Of course, they do have some BKB piercers in the form of, I guess, Tusk Punch and RP this game. But you do have to get relatively close for those, so hard to position.
Yeah. Basically, canceling Black Hole with RP is a lot easier when you have the Magnus Ags.
Agnes,
But it's
he's
still
coming.
awkward.
He's coming.
Okay,
He misses his
that's-
shockwave, but they got the old the skewer back in town, as Weehaw will be the first to suffer its consequences here.
They're going to give up this tower. If they wanted to fight for it, Weehaw would have cast his ult before he died, but doesn't seem to be interested in that. Sunstrike. Okay, Celery took a lot of damage there.
Why
see if he
me
finds the ward.
again? All right, Tanner. Do they have vision up here? They do not.
Oh, that's
they
not
smoke.
a good smoke. That is not a good smoke.
Oh, they got the show. The fake RP. This would just be a position for Tiny, though. But here comes Shad with the gust. They're not going to
Or
use
will
RP
it?
for him. They
Magnus has haste.
Yeah. Magnus
Magnus has
essentially
haste. Infinite haste rune.
Ay, this hero. Well, see, this is the thing that, again, this is why I'm here to learn from you, Cinder. And Why is this hero not just picked or banned every single game? Like, we've been not seeing him at all this qualifier.
I honestly
So
don't have a
weird.
good answer to that question right now.
Mind control getting initiated on.
I think if you imagine in this game, I think Mind Control will probably end up... Yeah, he's going to get screwed to death eventually. If you think
Action
about when
bottom as
Drow
well.
got picked in this draft, what slot it got picked in, if you picked Magnus in that slot, I would feel like you had a lot of flexibility with what you were to do with your draft afterwards. And now they ended up with Mag together with Drow instead because they picked them in opposite order. But I don't know what it is they're waiting to see before they pick it. I think Koro just misclicked the deny and hit the creep.
Instead of the Venomancer debuff.
Yeah, I think he wanted to hit the Mars, but hit the creep by mistake.
Well, they end up trading
Maybe.
kills.
Or maybe it ran out.
globally.
Maybe the Gale ran out. I don't know.
GH with 2 neutral items available to him.
Nigma
very
have
happy
lost
about
a
that.
lot of their lead, though. They were 4k up. Now it's down to 1. And Koro will add another to the count.
Oh my goodness. I'm missing every
Insta-kill.
kill now, Syndra.
I mean, that's... You can barely even catch that if you're not there. He almost got one shot by Tusk. But obviously the Radiant lineup wants to get this big team fight that they haven't really had set up yet. I'm assuming the Mars Dagger will come before the pipe as their initiator. And then if Viking try to respond, that's when Mind Control comes in and gets a really good combo on Midnight Pulse Black Hole. And of course, there's always the Cataclysm threat. They have a lot to work with.
So
And
he did
another
finish it
synergy we
already.
didn't talk about, Caudle is incredible with Invoker because he reduces the cooldown on all of his spells. So there is a lot you can do. Vampire Fangs, probably... Is he going to use this? He might
A lot
use
of
this
neutral
one.
items.
Elixir. Finally for GH. Vampire Fangs on Invoker. He's currently backpacking it.
No.
Could give it to Mars. He benefits from both lifesteal and spell lifesteal. Make him a bit tankier. Put it on the courier, so we'll see.
I hear a skewer, man. 0 mana cost. If this was 20 mana, would that be better? Would you be happy with that?
No, I think it should be more expensive.
Well, you wouldn't be able to cast it every single... I mean, 20 mana, I guess it's still kind of spammable.
It's spammable with the cleric.
50 mana.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. There's,
Weeha?
it's very obvious what ways you can nerf this, so something's probably gonna hit. All right, there we go.
Might get caught out
They
here.
see Weeha. He just got the
Snowball.
dagger on the courier.
Aramis
Perfect
puts himself
timing.
in not the greatest position. Will-O-Wisp is used essentially just...
Okay.
Wow! Tusk gets destroyed. That was a lot of
He flew
elevation.
in every axis on the map right there.
That's
Good
right.
Sunstrike.
Weeha has his
Alright, Weeha's
ultimate.
in.
Will expend it. Is on 2. Venomancer does get his ultimate off. Tusk buys back into the game. RP onto 3 heroes. Skewers back into a black hole, though. That is not where you want to be, my friend. Tanner continuing to skewer to his heart's content. 2 buybacks now for Viking, as this fight has become very important for them. Double kill for Tanner now, as Weeha, in his Phalanx form, continuing to mitigate damage, but is very, very slow, thanks to the buyback from Toby. So that's a triple kill for the skewering Magnus. And Mind Control, of course, already expended that black hole, so needs to get out of dodge.
Yep, they're on the hunt. Tanner's searching. The scanning Magnus, but he's done now. Didn't find
Time
him.
to farm.
That looked like it was going to go better for Nigma than it did, but those buybacks definitely massive value.
Fight is not over. Viking still at this tier 1 tower, applying all the pressure to GH. A nice toss, but he's going to
has
continue. He
Avatos
got
again.
net now. Yeah, Avalanche, that might be enough. Wait, the shards block him in, though. And the Gale will connect. So this looks to be a dead GH. And in the meantime, Enigma did end up getting killed after all of that.
Sunstrike. Oh,
It does connect on
good sidestep
Toby.
from Celery.
Strange to say, Radiant's middle tower
Oh, but Weeha might be on his tail now.
Mars ult
Okay,
already up. He
that-
misses his spear, though. Celery into the snowball he goes. And the ice shards are there, blocking in Weeha. As the Venomancer did die. Multi-shot applied, though. And actually, he skewers out of the multi-shot. And the courier gets decimated by Weeha. But the punch should ensure that Weeha will finally die. Tanner pops the BKB. Weeha taking very little damage. Miracle will be next on the list for this skewering Magnus again. And Viking just playing with their food at this point. They're doing whatever
Every
they
time
want
I
with
see
the
this
skewers.
hero played, I don't understand why it's not just... This is absurd to watch.
The Will-O-Wisp. This is like WTF mode is just on. That's what it feels like.
It really does.
Celery able to get the D ward as Magnus, as you can see on your mini map, is just all over the place.
That was a pretty costly spear miss from Weeha when he did the blink in to get the 2-man arena. If that spear hits on the maiden, that's an instant kill. And I think the fight plays out very differently. So it's a classic thing that happens a lot with Mars, and I think it's a mistake that most players make, or it's maybe the most common mistake, is you feel like you need to rush your spells. But a lot of the time, blink arena, wait a second to see the movement trajectory of the maiden there, and you will not miss that spear. He's just rushing all the spells while she's sidestepping, and then with the spear missing, turns out to be a great fight again for Viking. They're totally back in this.
Thanks to what, Cinderin?
I think Magnus Skewer has played a pretty big role in this game.
Yes, I might have to agree with you on this one, for once. GH, though, is working towards a Blink Dagger. He's very, very close, so they will have a little bit more initiation possibilities. I mean, the thing about their lineup is they just have so much team fight that it feels like even if they're down, which they barely are at this point, they always have that ace up their sleeve. And they don't have to expend all their ultimates in the same fight either. But Magnus is the scary one. Kuroki takes the Frostbite and the death to follow. Skewering again. Tanner. Oh! He gets bounced around by Weeha. So not able to get the RP off, but he gets it onto Enigma, who pops the BKB. And the buyback from Coddle now. Tanner pops his BKB shortly after, and Enigma dies immediately. That is truly unfortunate as Weeha looks to be next. The Skewer again will finish him off as this tier 1 tower will not be standing very much longer. And Viking, I mean, that Enigma Black Hole BKB did not work out as planned.
No, the Dragon Lance was important there for Shad. I think without it, he might have ended up being in range for the Black Hole. But outlasts that, or outranges it. And I think we're starting to see a problem here for the Radiant lineup as well that we didn't really cover. With the way they allocated their heroes, they don't have single target physical damage. This Magnus actually can't die when he's BKB. Who's going to kill him?
No, that's true.
It's a safe lane Mars who has 160 damage. It's a mid Invoker who's largely magical, and it's an off lane Enigma. So the mag in BKB kind of feels invincible. Like he can do whatever he wants.
Yep, for now that definitely feels like
you hate to see it.
Shad picks up.
Here he comes.
The Aegis.
Get the
Tanner.
mag, guys. LOL.
LOL. Now,
Yeah,
the thing about I'm not saying this is the wrong build, but in theory, Weeha could build DPS this game, right? Because this hero can kind of be built as a semi-carry with some damage items.
I think Deso Ags is pretty strong. I don't think he should buy a pipe. That seems pretty meaningless by now. I don't think it's going to do enough. Deso BKB could also be good. Because I really think it's the damage that's lacking right now. They have loads of control. Is he going to kill Aramis here?
It's going to be
doesn't
close.
look
He's
like
burning very low. Miracle.
Oh, the
he
Golem
could go
Creep?
for the kill. The Golem Creep will continue on. And he's going to punch it in the back of the head. It will live. And the little babies will survive. And looks like no kill will come of that. And in the meantime, in mid lane, we have the Will-O-Wisp. Shad taking a lot of damage, but Tanner is here. Nice job from Weeha finishing him off before he could get away. GH in the meantime going to try to get away from this everlasting Skewer. Very impossible to deal with as GH will blink to safety. Venomancer caught off though. Gets off the ult just before dying. The question is, does Viking want to go any further here? Looks like the answer is yes, but Tanner has absolutely no mana. Of course, you don't need it for Skewer, guys.
No mana, no problem.
The shrine is not up, and he's just going to pick up all the runes, and nobody can catch him. So that's the end of that fight. I mean, if that was a normal, if that cost any mana, then he would be dead right now.
I think if you want to do anything to this mag, I think putting Mana Leak on him is really nice, and then outside of that, he's just there. You know, and you try to kill the heroes because
he's just there.
You need really hard lockdown. He's not dying outside of a black hole. I'm pretty convinced. He can react, unless they get like the perfect Avatos into Mars Arena Spear combo. I don't think they have the damage. He has 3,000 health.
Oh no.
And then on
it's happening. It's happening.
Oh, he got Quickening Charm. Oh,
Quickening Charm. Now, I know he's not queuing it up, Cinderin, but I need to know from you, how viable is Octarine? Is it a meme or is it real?
I think it's viable. I think it's viable.
So why not go for it?
It depends what your goal is in the game for your lineup. I think the reason he shouldn't buy it this game is that they need the physical damage. So he's buying Satanic so he can stand and deliver. If the Venomancer was a different type of offlaner that was more reliable physical damage, maybe he could have gone for Octarine, but I think for now this is better. You got a craggy coat. I think you give that to the Maiden. That feels real nice to get 13 armor on Maiden.
He's going to give it to
Tusk
instead,
the Tusk
though.
for now. For now. I don't think he's going to keep it.
Does that affect the cast? It doesn't affect the cast time of Walrus Punch, though. So.
It should. It should.
Should it?
Walrus Punch is affected by attack speed. If you are super attack speed slowed, you can barely punch. So
oh,
it
yeah,
should
that's
work,
true.
I think.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I've definitely seen that before. It's 35 attack speed loss, but 13 armor is quite a bit. That's basically a plate mail.
It feels really nice to get this item on Maiden, though, I would say. But, yeah.
Oh, we have an RP on Weehaw. He is surrounded by the enemy. He's going to phalanx to no avail. He will die. We're going to have some TPs back to base. Aramis is making sure that his tier 3 is not taken. It is at half HP. But they're just going to go back to farming. A 3k lead now for Viking. Roshan not available for the foreseeable future. And we haven't really talked about Shad's build, by the way. He goes for the Shadow Blade. Obviously, the Dragon Lance. Going to be finishing
Shadow
Hurricane
Blade.
Pike this game.
Yeah. I think... Oh, okay.
Mind control.
BKB will be forced to, for sure.
Wow, he's taking a lot of damage. Whew.
He'll be fine. Yeah, I think the Shadow Blade on Drow is a pretty interesting way for them to try to pincer both the Enigma and the Mars before they blink in. If Drow can get the opening and Enigma have to respond, that's when the RP can really come in handy as a protection for the Drow, basically. I think the game in this current state is so much about who gets the initiation. That really...
Yeah,
it doesn't even need to be a perfect one. Just if the fight starts with a toss back or with a skewer back, that kind of sets the tone for the entire fight.
Miracle doing a really good job of pushing this top lane, though. Alacrity on his Forge Spirit.
Yeah, he has the talent, too. So it hits really hard. It's actually almost got the tower.
It's deniable now. I don't think you do that, though.
No.
GH level 15 with that blink.
Will Aramis hit this dust? Ooh, he guessed wrong.
Close. Miracle will get out safely. Has a lot of defensive tools with the Yules into blink, but... God, I just hear Skewer all the time, and I just get scared I'm missing something. But it's just him moving around the map. Miracle, he's going to get snowballed. The Spirit Vessel is applied to him, and they definitely have vision now. That's going to be an easy kill. So Viking able to get it. All right, RP applied now to the Tiny, into the multi-shot. The synergy is out of control as GH drops to the deck. And the Tier 1 tower will be denied. But
he finished the pipe.
They need to back.
No. I don't think this is a problem-solving item in this game anymore. You love getting this item against Veno. I completely understand why it's tempting. I just think the timing for this in this game is over, and you needed something bigger. BKB Deso or Aghanim, something, to give that bit more of a punch. Because I think the way they're setting up their lineup right now, there's so much pressure on mind control and Miracle to hit incredible spells.
Oh my goodness. Mind control does get off the BKB after he's initiated on Aramis. He's stunned up for now. Black
Hole that's a really good one.
2. This could be good if they have any follow-up. Mars ult on top of it. Tanner with the BKB going to continue to skewer. Toby looks like he'll drop in that arena very shortly as Tanner able to get out of dodge. The Drow Ranger did fall. And again, Tanner's impossible to find. But a 3-for-1
that
regardless.
Was max range Black Hole, just barely catching the Drow. If that doesn't catch the Drow, that fight is a disaster. And instead, it's a big win for Nigma. Looks like 2 outposts were controlled by the Dire, so
yeah,
Radiant did not get any experience for that, and it looks... Oh, Celery's in trouble. He has a Glimmer, but Kuro will see him. He has a Sentry. He's dead. And a Dust.
GH is also going for Shadow Blade, by the way. I mean, is there any potential for GH just to become the right-clicking core instead? Whoa,
With his item build currently, it takes...
What the hell is this? Weehaw was literally by their tier 4 towers. What in... Back to the Skewer. Gets the RP. into another skewer, into the fountain. Oh my god. What is this game? Is this Dota? Mars is actually tanking so much, but will die.
Hey, they're getting Rex for it.
Tier 3 though. And Toby Tanner, he skewers
They might get
in.
Rex. Whose glyph is longer?
Yeah, that is the question.
Okay.
They will save it.
Well,
but
that was... He forced a maiden buyback and almost got Rax. I mean...
oh my god. That is
There's
incredible.
a new eternal envy in town.
Oh,
Dude, that's
man.
some... In the good old French, that's some shit.
Shit. Mind control. Getting chased by Tanner. Oh, this hero is so dumb. I can't even believe this is in the game. It's like I'm dreaming. He's going for an AC now, by the way. Did finish the Satanic, as you can see.
Get the
So
damage
going for
on.
more of the right-click build.
He currently hits for 400, so with AC, all that attack speed, this is the damage that a lot of other heroes do when they have like 2 or 3 damage items, so the damage is definitely there. He just needs to be able to get the attacks off.
Oh,
With
Kuroki.
AC...
He did.
Oh, Kuro's dead.
Ooh. Ooh, multi-shot.
Shot.
Mind control working towards a Shiva's. What is Weeha actually working on now? He's going for BKB, so he's just not going to have damage this game. It feels like a utility Mars.
He might
Which
be
is
trying
weird
to
when he
buy
put
an
him in
item
safe
that's
lane.
only purchasable in the Dire base.
That's the new meta, right? New feature coming into the next update. Stay tuned. Roshan's still not up. Will be in about a minute.
Kuro should be alive for that. If not, he has buyback if Nigma wants to fight for it. I think you have to fight for every Roche now in this game. Giving Aegis and Cheese to the Dire lineup now for them is way too scary. Did you mention the Enchanted Quiver, by the way, on Drow?
I did not. I saw it picked up in general, but not who it was
It's a very special item.
Do you like
There
it?
are some heroes that it's incredible on. I think it is God tier on Enchantress, for example.
Magnus? Yeah, it feels like they just can't touch this guy. I hear a punch
they
on the
got mind
sideline.
control.
Mind control pops the BKB. We'll have to waddle
They have
back to
RP.
base, but Tanner, yeah, you're right. No, he actually has to BKB out.
He hesitated. He changed his
Interesting.
mind. He could have definitely BKB Blink RP'd that if he wanted to. But now he ended up using the BKB
Miracle,
defensively.
he's going for this Rax, my friend. No, maybe not. Huh?
Let's see.
I see some action on the sideline. We're going to watch the Rax being taken out first, though. The TPs are coming. They don't have fortification, and that is the melee
Oh
Rax.
my
The
God.
RP misses! Miracle! How are you getting away with this, or will he? He gets punched in the face, gets off the tornado, attempting the TP out. Tanner, whoa! That damage is pretty insane, but the melee Rax does fall. Is this the kind of game they need to play to win this game?
I don't know, but it's entertaining. That was actually really close. The tornado, he has max quas and eggs, so it could not have lasted any longer than that. Yeah.
I mean, he was
don't
going
know
to get out
was-
if it wasn't for the ridiculous damage.
Yeah, it was close. I think maybe... I don't think he could have run away after the tornado. You can try tornado that and then deafening blast, but I think the skewer will catch up to him eventually.
Tanner
so.
finds GH. I don't think they have vision here, though. Or now they do. Spirit Vessel applied. Going to continue to skewer. Remember, Miracle does not have buyback, so I'm not sure if they even want to fight
GH
this.
does... So they're trying to
buys
buy
back.
time. They know how important this Roche is. Alright, they found Toby.
And there's the ult from Weeha. They're able to take out the Venomancer. Will-O-Wisp applied as well. Tanner has to pop the BKB and the Satanic, keeping him alive, but there's the Black Hole. Can they finally kill this disgusting
tossed him into
Rhinoceros?
it!
They do! 3 heroes into the Black Hole. Buybacks galore from Viking, but Team Nigma, whoo, that was a good fight. And
Tanner
more buybacks, this time from
willingly
Drow.
just walked up to Enigma there. He must have known Black Hole was ready.
Well, he's back for more,
Maybe
though.
he just felt invincible. I mean, clearly he needs a buff, this hero, if he can die like that.
If you can lose with this hero, Jesus Christ. Well, they're taking out Drow, but Drow Ranger gets... There's
Cataclysm!
the Cataclysm finally doing a lot of damage. Toby able to get off his ult. The Aegis is taken from GH, and the Radiant also take out Roshan as Mind Control will finally fall. Tanner extremely low. That would have been a dieback for him. Celery, half HP, getting beat down by Weeha. And Drow Ranger gets found at the high ground from GH. Can they actually find this carry? Finally getting this kill. One more right click will do it, and Tusk looks to be next on the list.
Here comes
Tanner
the
coming in with that
Magbus.
skewer. Weeha uses his ultimate and is stuck on the high ground now, but they will find the kill regardless. So 3 dead for Viking, and a lot of these are diebacks, I'm sure, as Toby looks to be the next casualty.
Actually just over now.
It's over somehow. I have no idea what just happened. How does this happen?
Dota is so... it's such a magical game right now. It's like... it's like everybody's playing it for the first time, and they're not at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
That's really...
It's a shit show, but in the best way possible. That's what you're trying to say.
Crazy game.
I love it. Aramis gets off the punch, but will be tossed back into the fray. He will have Crystal Maiden by his side shortly, but it might be in the grave. Oh, he actually is able to get out, but the damage coming in from Team Nigma. Looks like this will be game 2 in their advantage, and this was a crazy one. Why ban Magnus when you can have games like this? That's the real question, Cinder. And Mind Control was initiated on, but Aramis will be taken out, and that is GG called. Whew. What a game. That was exciting. That was... I mean, if they ban Magnus, we don't get games like this.